I know if you're an altcoin holder or a Bitcoin holder, you remember this post by President Trump. You remember crypto strategic reserve that included XRP, Solana, ADA. We had a pump like we've never seen before, and we had an absolute crash right after like we've never seen before. So you remember this post, but we're going to get some clarity now on April 5th. Also, as we kind of go into the middle of this week, tomorrow is tariff day, the big day. Friday is Jerome Powell. There are some things in the Bitcoin chart I want to discuss. I think a little bit of reason to be cautious in the short term. Hit the subscribe and like on the way in. Let's just jump into this news. U.S. Treasury and federal agencies will disclose their Bitcoin and crypto holdings on April 5th, as directed by President Trump. So here's what we got going on. The U.S. Department of the Treasury and other federal agencies are anticipated to disclose their holdings of Bitcoin and other crypto assets on April 5th, in line with President Trump's recent directive. Whether XRP, Solana, and Cardano, the digital assets that the president previously mentioned, will be included in the national digital asset stockpile will also be clarified soon. According to a presidential document published on March 11th, all federal agencies must report their holdings of Bitcoin and other digital assets to the Treasury Secretary within 30 days of the order. And here we go. This is it. This is what it says. Within 30 days of the order, basically, we want a full accounting of digital assets in the possession. I want to say this. This is phenomenal. This is actually very big news because we're going to get the starting point. We're going to get the snapshot of the starting point of a government that is about to accumulate Bitcoin and altcoins. But I want to say this. This is likely going to be a snapshot of what's there from, previous cases like criminal cases, criminal forfeitures, things of that nature. I don't think this will be a snapshot of like, hey, government out here in the last month was just straight up accumulating XRP and ADA dips. I don't think that's what this is going to be a glimpse of. I think this will be a starting point of, hey, here's what we have. And obviously you see Congress and everybody that is, leading the digital asset side of the US government, you see them working strategically through the plan for a digital asset stockpile and a Bitcoin strategic reserve and all of these things. That plan is in motion. It's going. Right now, we don't know exactly how they're going to accumulate, right? When it comes to something like accumulating Bitcoin, we don't know. There's a lot of rumors they're going to be using gold to do that. So there's a lot of ideas floating around, but this is going to be more of a glimpse of, I think, the starting point of what is going on here. But nonetheless, this is very big news because now we're going to see what that starting point looks like. And now we're really going to see this post that was posted by Donald Trump. We're going to see this kind of really set into motion for real because there will be clarity on where everything stands. But here's the deal. There are other things going on right now in relation to this. I saw this post, April 9th. The House Financial Services Committee's Digital Asset Subcommittee will hold a hearing next Wednesday to discuss the establishment of a federal regulatory framework for digital assets, the future of American innovation in digital assets, adjusting U.S. securities law for the digital age. When I read that, I just sit here and I think of all the videos I've done over the years when Gensler was in office, and we're going through all of these cases, lawsuits, SEC just trying to destroy us, and me just saying, you know what? The law is on our side. Crypto is going to win. And not only has crypto won, now you really see not only is the law on our side, but we have an administration putting in this framework that is rooting for the crypto space. America now going to be the leading force of crypto. That's why Trump keeps saying, like, the crypto capital of the world. America, US will be the crypto capital of the world. This is massive news. And then we have this, the continued institutional just kind of adoption of crypto. Grayscale files S3 for digital large cap fund, and it includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and ADA. The winds of change will come quick. I know a lot of people are losing patience out there, and it just, I get it. It is what it is. But all of the sudden, when liquidity starts flowing, the Fed pivots, all of these things just keep building up. It's gonna feel like it happened quick. And you can see there's a snapshot of the holdings. And there's just news like this. Coinbase Derivatives now offers Cardano futures for trading. And so I have this, and I want to look at the Bitcoin chart and really kind of talk about something to be prepared for the coming days. I just thought it would be a good illustration of where my head's at. This is total crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin. There's two mindsets. And lately, I think I've seen a lot of sentiment that falls into this camp, and that's fine. I haven't seen a lot here, but this is my mindset, and it continues to be. I'm up here, opportunity zone on the macro. You can just see this is altcoin charts, and this is a yearly chart, by the way. And yeah, previous year was red. I don't know, I shouldn't even say previous year. The current year so far is red. We don't know how it's going to end. But the trajectory of this chart on the yearly, I think will end up absolutely in the green zone. And that's how I'm playing this game right now. When it comes to kind of Bitcoin, and we can apply what we're about to look at for altcoins as well, I wanted to bring something to your attention. Tomorrow is America's Liberation Day. It's Tariff Day. There's a lot of uncertainty and fear with what's going to be announced. Tomorrow, Trump is speaking, I believe, at 4 p.m. Eastern. So it's going to be volatile going into that, right? But even after that's done, who knows if it's going to be received positively, negatively, any surprises. Besides the volatility there, we have jobs report coming out as well as Jerome Powell speaking on Friday. There's going to be volatility there. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is just going to be all over the place. And I want to throw caution because we've been tracking the consolidation of Bitcoin and really altcoins on these charts from when we kind of started falling. And all I've been saying really along the way is we have to allow the bottoming out formation, and it's often volatile. And if we can look anywhere on the chart to get a sense of what that looks like, it would be this last consolidation back here. And not surprisingly, it really is starting to look very similar. A little bit less volatile, actually, compared to back there. But I wanted to point something to your attention. Right now, you can see Bitcoin kind of trying to cross above this 20-day moving average. And on the daily chart, it's below, or it's been below all moving averages, the 20, the 200, the 50. Right now, trying to close, we still have 3-4 hours left of the daily candle, but looking to close above the 20. But I just want to point your attention to kind of back here. When we were consolidating, here's that August 5th move when there was just such high fear and there were just crazy headlines, right? And actually, I want to bring this up. This was from August 5th. I talked about in a recent video, Goldman Sachs increasing the prediction of U.S. recession during that fear, right? That move is so similar to now because Goldman Sachs literally just did the same thing again. They have raised its U.S. recession odds to 35%. They just did this. So they're doing the same exact thing right now that they were doing back here. But notice how Bitcoin made a move to the upside and then it failed and went lower. And so we have a lot of contention here, right? We have the 200 around 86,000. We have the 50-day moving average around 88,000. And, Bitcoin might test it. Maybe we get a nice move to 88,000. The bulls are going to be in, full force. People getting hype on X, maybe even YouTube. We might even get a little bit above it. But I'd want to wait for continued higher highs and higher lows above the moving averages. Just a very good illustration is like what happened here, right? That's the true flippening. Support at these moving averages. Higher highs and higher lows at the moving averages. Because otherwise, if it's a quick pump above and it's starting to test those moving averages and failing, well, then we have a problem, right? And we're likely going to start sweeping and testing lows again. So it's possible that we're back in the 70s in the coming days, right? And so that's just one piece of caution I want to throw out there. But with that can come some type of bullish confirmation. And that is if Bitcoin closes above the 20, the 200 at around 86, the 50 at around 88, now we're onto something. We just need to see continued higher high, higher low closes above those moving averages. And that would just be something we have to kind of test and watch kind of on a daily basis to make sure Bitcoin is doing that. So I wanted to throw the caution out there because it's going to be very fun and easy for any market manipulators out there to play with the emotions of especially retail right now. So maybe bring it up a little bit, retail gets hype, bring it right back down, something like that. Be careful of it. Or even if we don't get the pump to the upside, just be careful of continued downside and choppiness to the downside because of the next few days and what is ahead. There's a lot of uncertainty right now in the market. So these are my thoughts today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I appreciate you cruising through. Hit the subscribe if you're out there. Turn notifications on. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. I really appreciate your support. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.